Welcome back to Newsbeat. We're turning out of sports with John Bennett. And John, what's the breaking news in the sports world today?
Well, it was reported about an hour ago that the New Orleans Hornets have fired head coach Byron Scott. And the move comes in the wake of a 3-6 start by the Hornets. And following the 2008 season, Scott was named NBA Coach of the Year, and last season, the Hornets made it to the playoffs. In LSU news, the soccer team will be hosting a first-round regional of the NCAA tournament for the first time in program history. The Tigers' first match will be Friday against Arkansas Pine Bluff at 7 p.m. Before the Tigers matchup, Memphis and Texas A&M will square off at 4 p.m. The winners of each game will play on Sunday at 1 p.m. LSU played Memphis earlier in the season and lost 0-2. The Aggies will also be familiar to the team as they squared off in a spring exhibition match that resulted in a tie. All three games will be played at the LSU Soccer Complex, and tickets will be free for the first 200 students and $3 after that. The LSU women's volleyball team remains ranked 19th, but goes into this weekend with a chance to move up in the rankings. The Lady Tigers will travel to Gainesville Friday night for a match against the 10th-ranked Gators. Just a month ago, the Tigers stunned the then number 6 Gators with a 3-0 stomping, so you can count on the Gators looking for revenge. And the team will then travel to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks, who currently sit in last place in the SEC East. The football team lost a heartbreaker last weekend, but as Eric Vollenweider tells us, they are looking to finish the season strong.
Alabama last season, the LSU football team went on to lose their last 2 regular season games to Ole Miss and Arkansas. After a similarly disappointing loss this season, senior Keelan Williams says that the leaders on this team must step up to make sure there is not a similar letdown this season.
I would say the seniors, the leaders on the team, just go out there and just send positive messages throughout the team, and let guys know that we're not in the best situation, but also we're not in the worst. And I guess last year was kind of an example of what can happen. We can find ourselves losing a few more games after that. So we just have to continue to stay positive and know we have a lot of football ahead of us.
The football ahead of them includes an in-state battle with Louisiana Tech. LSU backup tight end D'Angelo Peterson stressed that the team is upset after the loss against Bama, but focused on their next opponent.
Well, most of the guys was kind of down because that was a big game, and we needed that game to go to keep our streak alive. We wanted to go to the SEC championship before we go to the national championship. But everybody mad, but we should be all right. We're just looking forward to the next opponent and let anger out against them.
After their game with Tech, the Tigers end with Ole Miss on the road and Arkansas at home. But they cannot get caught looking ahead.
Definitely, I watched a little bit of the Boise State game, and they gave Boise State a little trouble. They actually thought they were going to win, but and they definitely going to come in here, and this is their championship, just like Tulane was. I mean, it's in-state. All the trash talking, if they beat us, they run the state and all that. So, I mean, it's going to be a really exciting game, and we have to prepare like any other week.
If the Tigers prepare for Tech like they did for Alabama, they will be one step closer to ending their 2009 season on a high note. Eric Vollenweider for Newsbeat, Eye on LSU Sports.
There you have it, guys. Stay optimistic. And in Les Miles' Tuesday press conference, he wasn't sure, but he seemed like he was leaning towards Jordan Jefferson playing with that sprained ankle. So you'll be seeing number 9 out there on the field on Saturday.
Good news.
Thanks, John.